Hello, this is Junior Universe. Special podcast, Soul Connection in Love, Twin Flame, Summer, Summer, Summer Love. So let me invite my psychic sister, Chandra. Chandra?
Hello, June.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you
Oh
today?
my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's a hot summer, isn't it? Hot and hot and hot
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. So we,
True.
yeah. So we are giving a focus on the twin flame and soulmate, summer love, soul connection special today. And the last time we did the special podcasting back in February for the Valentine's Love,
Mm-hmm.
and we did the love embodiment, and then totally embodying the feeling of being in love with the right one, the soul connection. And then we discussed about all these trends and how we can identify the one that really, really connect to our souls back in February.
Mm-hmm.
So if you missed
we
that, if you missed that podcast, please go check our archives. Go into www.thatfutureforecaster.com. There's a love special icon. It's a totally red and pink, and our faces on a visual image, so you can't miss it. So click on that, and then we did the two specials back in February, so you can sense our energy of love from there.
Right, because it was Valentine's.
Yay!
So we were really picking up on that
Uh-huh.
particular holiday, but then also expanding in the energy that was happening at that time after
Uh-huh.
the holidays into the new year.
Right.
So much has transpired
Uh-huh.
since that time.
Uh-huh.
So we're connecting with that new energy from the summer energy,
Yes.
and it's interesting because of there has been a lot of shifts
Oh,
for many
yes.
people from February now to the summer, and I'm seeing it with many friends,
Uh-huh.
family members, and clients. People are having a lot of changes in their lives and a lot of shifts, and things are moving very quickly. This
Mm-hmm.
year particularly has been moving very quickly energetically.
Yes. I'm noticing back in this February, March, April. I mean, each month has its own characteristics, but somewhat
Mm-hmm.
I'm noticing around me, including my clients, March and April. So it's like soon after our the love special, maybe they are part of our embodiment, so that they quickly manifest, like a shift in energy. Because when we change the energy within us, and totally universe responding quickly, and then especially this love and soul connection, they seems to be magnetized so quickly. And then around the March, there is a major shift. I'm noticing it in intense Mars energy.
Yes,
That
Mars energy is very intense.
yeah, that was back in that was back in March, right?
Well, and then it continued through April. We had Mars going through Scorpio, so it was very fiery energy and testing people's relationships, bringing up relationship issues. Where are you at? What page are you on? Are you both wanting the same things? Is this going to go forward? This is a question that many people are having right now, and if you're one of those people, you're in alignment with this energetic flow
Mm.
of this connection with the influence of Mars, this fiery Mars through Scorpio energy.
Mm.
But the thing that I feel that it's trying to really get us to the bottom line of if you love yourself, you come back to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who is meant for you is going to come into your life, but you have to be really willing to spend some time alone and be able to really get clarity on what it is you want and the way that you feel towards yourself, the self-love, and
Mm-hmm.
then you will attract the right situation towards you
That's a really good
automatically.
reminder and sharing, because when you are looking for the one and then or it pull in that one to you and then get excited about then heart feeding in
Mm-hmm.
between souls and wondering about is this the right connection, and then it's an opposite direction. It's like a more you want to spend the time together. And as you said, that self-love and taking time for ourselves is one of the most important. So it's like a challenge, once the sun showing up in your world and then you are so challenged with that plurality kind of paradox energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when you're more going after, and then seems like it's going to be farther. It's like a magnet works in the opposite way, as we discussed about the magnetic soul connection.
Right. We talked about those magnets that happen, between people. You can't help but be magnetized to another person, and that energy flows. But I think that energy that we were dealing with from March, April, even May, all the way up until I think July,
Uh-huh.
it was the most intense period, and I think it's finally starting to shift in another direction now.
Hmm.
I feel like people, if you took the time during that time period to get to know yourself, spend time alone, disconnect from too much energy of other people around you, I feel like you could really sense what you really want with a partner, and
Hmm.
you'll be able to magnetize that, because I feel like that time period was a good time for being uh, introspective,
Mm-hmm.
and also to really feel the energy around you, but get back to the self-love, get back to who you are, your true essence, and not be cluttered with. There was so much happening, even politically, in the
Mm-hmm.
world. So I mean, I feel like people were really distracted,
Mm-hmm.
agitated. People are still agitated and distracted and inflammatory and reactive right now. I can see that. So I really recommend just disconnecting, getting off social media, spending time in nature, meditating,
Mm-hmm.
spending time with yourself, journaling, doing whatever creativity that makes you happy, whether it be making music, creating art, spending time with animals, being
Mm-hmm.
with children, whatever it is that really makes you feel free. I really
Mm-hmm.
encourage people to do right now, and especially if you're trying to magnetize a partner, a love soulmate, twin
Mm-hmm.
flame energy, I feel like those things will all be very beneficial for you if that's what your energy is going towards right now.
Right, right. So maybe we want to do some breathing meditation together as we do usual. Like invite in
Mm-hmm.
the love energy into our heart and connect together and then to the universal oneness and then being the current.
That
So,
sounds good.
yay. So let us take a long, deep breath together from the nose, counting 3, 1 now. 2, 3. One more time. All the love energy around us, within us, connect as one with this. Inhaling the air around us as 1, 2, 3. Hold it. And release. Thank you. Feel good.
Yes.
So this love energy flow is finally getting settling. To me, I observe like that as you share that June, July, it's still building up, and then August seems to be maybe we're getting familiar with this energy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we are more knowing what to connect with this energy from our really center core of our soul. Because at the end of the day, we would like to be authentic to our soul needs. So whatever that our mind is thinking, oh, ideal this way, and then all the plans, but if our soul is not on board, and then it's it's not fulfilling, wholehearted experience. So in order to do so, what's within us and then what is around us, as you said, like what is happening, it's changing moment and changing moment. And then we are encouraged to find the alignment, the what is resonance. So that's the internal dialogue, like coming back to self-love. And the challenge is to how you find your most comfortable, loving place to yourself, like an intimate relationship to your soul, being a good listener of your soul's needs.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then speaking of this twin flame,
Yes.
and the connection between those, the souls that you magnetized with the loving energy, with the connection. So how does twin flames tips and challenges we can overcome on this journey of soul connection in love, you think?
Well, I really feel like right now is a balancing of the masculine and feminine energy. And that's really a big part of the whole twin flame matrix dynamic, that people are dealing with. And your soul agreements and the karma that you have with other people. I think a lot of people are really challenged right now because they have to get in touch with either their masculine or feminine side, get into balance, get those into balance. I think that's really important. So one of the things I really feel is important is that we need to forgive people in relationships, anyone who we feel has wronged us in any way, or forgive ourselves if we've put too much emphasis on something or we fell for somebody that, didn't reciprocate the love that we were giving, or whatever it is that your particular circumstance is. I think the key is forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving everyone around you. I think that when we liberally forgive ourselves and forgive others, that's the whole point of karma.
Forgiveness.
Yes, so I really think that it's all about forgiveness.
Oh, didn't we did the forgiveness healing meditation the other day at the special healing podcast? So maybe if you want to join the listener, want to join the healing for this forgiveness, go check our archives. We did lots of podcasts, Chandra.
I I know,
So
we actually have done a few. Please join us. Go back to the archives.
that is really, I love that one. Actually, personally, I go back and then listen
Me too.
because we are so loving. I mean, I mean, we have best fun of ourselves. But I mean, true, because the energy we get
It's true.
together, the focus, and then of course the audience listener, you is part of this because this is the energy of oneness. So we co-creating this loving, healing energy, and then that's what I love being part of. And then go back and listening. It's such a healing, you know. Because if my
That's so true,
yeah,
Jen.
because if just myself talking, then it's not gonna create that energy. Because that's the co-creative oneness. So thank you all for listening and holding the space. And then even you're going to listen to archive, please make a comment or like, and then show us that you're also being part of it, so that this energy is gonna expand. And then something we like to share and expand something useful and then helpful, and then especially loving energy and healing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I truly, honestly, I really like that meditation. So highly encourage everyone to just, and then you know what I love about when I'm going to sleep, I just put that 45 minutes before my sleep. So it's like energy, it's kind of like soothing, you know? So
Yes.
helping to.
I, I I think that the energy of putting out to forgive, and we all have so much that we can give others, but forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
because not only do we forgive everyone else for whatever it is that we might think that they've done to us, but it really is liberating.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think that being alive on this planet at this point in time and space, it's really important to forgive everyone around you. Just keep clearing your energy, keep clearing your space, keep, and send love to
Mm-hmm.
everyone who has been in your life, because they served a purpose, even if they're no longer there. If they're not communicating with you, if you're not in contact anymore, that's okay, because that they're where they need to be,
Mm-hmm.
and you are exactly where you need to be. And it's all about divine timing, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now, right here,
Yes.
because that's really the point of power, is being in the now.
Mm-hmm. And then the practice comes down to being as a human, like Earth experience is that we know in above neck, but the bringing down that knowledge into a heart and then practice in the physical, and really like experiencing that release and with love and let go, free from attachment and
That's so
detach
true.
and send love and connect in the way that each other feel free and still loving. So and then the paradox is comes to what about the connection, intimacy, you know? So that's the intimacy. There's a lesson to learn from the connection, that when it comes to when we are ready, and then the universe will magically bring us in front. It's no effort. Like that's the magnet of the soul that we have. So walking on our own magnet, and then the practicing that detachment and self-love and free from everything, and just to know that loving soul will magnetize the right one as in the soulmate.
Yes, and I really feel like there's been some energy shifts recently. I know a lot of other psychics and intuitives have commented on this. There's been some energy shifts within the last week or so,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like a bit more free energy. The energy's freer, more of a flow, less blocked. There's a lot more openness. I think people are more receptive and more open right now. So I feel like the energy has shifted, and so in pertaining to the twin flame, wherever your twin flame is, even if your twin flame is a cosmic being, not on this plane, which is possible for many people, your twin flame needs your support and your love. So it's really important, even if you haven't met your twin flame, to keep a high vibration, a positive vibration. Because otherwise you actually hinder the activity of that progressing. So I feel like it's really important to keep your vibration high, whether it's meditation. I think that's a great way to do it. Just surrounding yourself with positive people, positive thoughts, maybe going on a news diet, disconnecting from social media if it's detrimental or negative, which a lot of it is. On the social media pages, there's a lot of negativity and things that we don't really need to have in our vibrational energy field. So if we can disconnect from that and really get to our core selves, be in nature, do things that make us feel authentic.
Authenticity, yes.
Yes, and really be in the moment, staying in the now, then I think that is going to propel the union that you are seeking to create within a love vibrational field of your twin flame. So that's some of the things I've been picking up on regarding twin flame lately.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing. That's a very informative take. Because such an important case, when we this is being human. Like when you are in love and heart is open and heart driven, and then that energy make us feel blind, right? The love is blind. And then at the same time, soul level, we want to grow as a soul and then connect as the right souls, and like aching for it, and then know the resonance to it, and then such an human listens to connecting each level, and then connect as a person.
Right. It's so true. And I feel like you're right about that, June, because I feel like people who have met their twin flames or even have soulmate relationships that have separated within the last, let's say, 6 months, the weight of the separation is very painful. People are dreaming of other people. I've discussed this with multiple people and seen a lot of people suffering through this kind of pain right now, and it's sorrow, because separation from that connection is really a painful situation when you had that communion with your twin flame, especially.
Yeah. I mean,
when you've come together, when you've merged with that person somehow, even if it's not intimacy, if you've met them or you've interacted with them for a long period of time, and then there's this separation. And I think I've discussed it with our last broadcast where we were talking about the twin flame runners. That's been happening a lot right now, because it's very difficult. One of them is running from the other, or maybe both people are running away from each other, and it's very confusing.
It is
Because
totally.
they really want to be together, but they can't do it because of their circumstances. Maybe they're with other partners. Maybe they live in another part of the world. There maybe there's a big age difference. There's so many factors with the twin flame that can be very challenging. So I feel like we're all uh, going through these different
It comes to.
separations with other people, and it's
Mm.
probably happened in many lifetimes, and we're just
Right. And then we are
continuing that
witnessing, yeah.
process.
And then we are witnessing in this physical body and the earth reality. It's
Right.
like it comes to choice because we have a choice. And then a choice based on soul driven choice or knowledge or whatever the social driven or above the neck, belief or
Yeah.
cultural based choice, and that's like the heart driven, but it's like some part is disaligned into this human spine, like a soul centered spine misalignment, and then how come that choice is acceptable in the soul level? We get so angry about it, but we need to heal that part of our soul because the other is choosing that disalignment. And then we are
All right.
noticing it. It was we can't. What we gonna do? I mean, that's the personal choice, and then as a soul and as a person, the other soul knowing the connection, feeling the
Right.
connection, but choosing human ridiculous way to make decisions. Sometimes we all do.
Oh yeah. Well, fine. We'll see you next lifetime. Okay. Thanks.
I know.
Thanks very much.
But it's such
Thanks
a
for making
devastating.
Thanks for making that so difficult that we have to go again through this in another lifetime. Thank you so much. Okay. It's very frustrating.
I know.
Because I hear this from so many people because they were like, "Oh, it was just so perfect," and then they went running. They left skid marks. They were running out the door. There was a puff of smoke, and they were gone. What happened? Well, I guess that they have to figure it out within themselves, and you have to figure it out in yourself, and you're going to have to keep going through many lifetimes unless you figure it all out. But the bottom line is they can't make you happy. Only you can make you happy.
That's so true. So coming back to the self love was like a holy.
Comes back. It's another opportunity for you to go ahead and fill yourself with all the love you can give yourself because they went running the other way.
Right.
They went running the other way, and you said, "Peace out." Okay. That's fine. They are at where they need to be, and they need to figure it out, and they need to get happy within themselves. And if they cannot do that, then see you next lifetime. But
but it was like a very so. But it's like so close, and then it's like we deserve to spend some moments with the grieving with your own soul. It's like, oh shoot.
That's why being alone. That's why being alone, being in nature, after
being part of nature, Mother Nature.
Because after you have such an intense connection with another person, it's very difficult to process. I mean, we're only human. Okay, we're in Earth School. Earth School is hard. So, since we're in this physical body on this Earth plane in this time and space, it's difficult, right? So, we're supposed to feel that. We're supposed to feel pain, and we're supposed to grow. And that's part of it. That's part of being human on this Earth plane. So what do? We have to let go.
Mm-hmm.
And it all just comes back to loving yourself, because it's an illusion if we think that somebody is going to fulfill us. No one is going to do that for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it for yourself. That's all. No one is going to do that for you. You can have great, wonderful, supportive, loving, amazing connections with people, of course. But you're not going to have that unless you have a deep, loving connection with yourself, with your own self.
Right.
And then you will draw in your complement, the complement to your being, and somebody who is in alignment with that love that you feel for yourself.
Mm-hmm. So it's important to...
If you can't get along with yourself, you're not going to get along with your twin flame or your soulmate, okay?
That's so true. That is so true. So
you got to get along with yourself.
That's how important
At the end of the
day become intimate to your soul. Know its nature and characteristics and the behavior, the preference and value of life on earth. That's in your body.
And everybody has their stories, okay? Nobody needs to hear your story. We've heard your story. Everybody has their story. Your story is your story. But that's not who you are, okay? Whatever your upbringing was, whatever your family dynamic was, if you grew up in poverty, wherever, that's your story. That's not who you are. Change your story. Don't be your victim. You don't have to own that.
Mm-hmm.
You can go from negative conditionings and negative experiences to being fully in the now and who you are today. Mm-hmm. And you can start right now.
Right. So it comes down to love embodiment to yourself and nurturing your soul. And knowing that once that love is ready to share, and then the magnet will pull in the right one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because self-love is so vital. It's something they should be teaching in school besides meditation.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Totally agree.
Really, the best gift you can give as a parent is telling your child to love themselves.
That's wonderful. That's
I really
wonderful.
think so. And not from an egotistical point of view. No. Just like a really understanding what self-love is.
Mm.
You could tell your child that they're great, but you can commend them or whatever it is that you do. But when it comes down to it, they have to. If you can teach your child to love him or herself,
mm-hmm.
we're gonna have some healthy people.
Yeah, totally.
In relationships in the world.
Totally. That is so true.
I know a lot of people who did not learn that.
That is so true. Yeah.
I really know, and I'm a parent, so I know that I have a very confident child that's acing the world right now. So
nice.
But I really think that's really important that that they learn that value of valuing themselves.
Yes, self-esteem. Yep.
And helping with the self-esteem. And we don't have a guidebook as parents, and we certainly most of us did not have the most ideal parenting. Maybe we had difficult childhoods. People have challenges, and many people were not as cool as the parents today. So I think that's really important, that
because nowadays we have tools like, let's say, social media or other influences to get the information, but we need.
Well, now we have the internet. Our parents didn't have the internet,
right? Yeah.
Now, if you have a question as a parent, you get on the World Wide Web.
Right.
Get on the web.
So as a human,
It's
we
old
need
school.
as a human, we need a role model to look up to grown up. So it's like, that's what we do as a human. And then if there is a lack of having a quality role model, and then you
Mm-hmm.
got to go to the path that no one is taking, like a bushy path. Some taking that, but it's like it's easy. Or some level, we all are influenced by the human around us as a caregiver, caretaker, and um, and then so the influential of these people is we are all patchworks of everyone, and sisters and people around us. And so, and nowadays, that totally new way to get to know other people from the information, the way of meeting people. So it's more choices to choose what resonate to our soul's needs. So it's like a deep within our heart, soul. Even if a child knows that something is wrong, if someone said something and there's no resonance to you, we
Mm-hmm.
we we know that it's like a default knowing of soul within each human being. That's why I believe. So, however, that long time ago, I mean, no media tools and just only access is limited to very closer people, and then we just didn't know other way to live life. I mean, then gradually expanding and extend, and but now children have an access to connect with many other people. So that is that many other values and way to think of or participate in life or connect to ourselves is available. So we are
Right.
living in a magical time frame on earth to be as a human and to grow as a person, influencing each
Oh yes,
other.
I was just watching a sci-fi movie recently that was made in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't foresee the possibility of iPhones
Mm.
and smartphones. They had payphones and they had tube TVs. They didn't think about the flat screens. They didn't know they had a lot of things were accurate in a futuristic world in 2015
Right.
from 1995 or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking, like, even that period of time in the mid 90s, they didn't see all the technology that we have now.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the technology we're going to have in another 10, 15 years,
Oh boy.
and how we're really connecting with people. And I really think this has to do with our topic of twin flames, soulmates, people connecting in all these amazing ways through telepathy,
Oh
through there's
yes.
all different things that are happening right now. And I really think that, and we're meeting people from all over the world. It's like in a click of a button, you have a
Mm.
friend or you can delete them. In one click, you can have a friend and you can delete them. All it takes is a push of your finger and you have a new friend, or you've disassociated from someone. Very easy to do in one moment of whatever kind of feeling you're feeling in the moment. You could press a button and either you've got a friend or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our world we're living in today. So
Right.
we didn't have that. Think about that 10, 15 years ago. You would have to go up to someone and say, I don't want to be your friend anymore. Or call them, and say, I don't want to be your. Before we had texts and emails, we had to communicate verbally. But now we can just push a button and they're gone. Or we push a button and we have a new friend.
And so the
Possibly a new romantic interest.
so the way
So,
of so the definition of friends or lover, I mean, could be changing also. It used to be
mm,
like a more physical connection, and like a distance was big issue, but seems like distance is more closer and closer with the technology. And so it's like a
Right.
way of connecting, like a way of, but it's the feeling of sensing that closeness and connection and loving. That is something remaining the same in human, I think.
Right, because even if you are connecting with someone, let's say on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
through some dating site or through some social media outlet, you can be in love with someone. You can feel love for that person. You can develop a relationship that's real.
Mm-hmm.
But years ago, we weren't, if someone lived on the other side of the world, we wouldn't be able to connect with them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you sent them a letter and you met them at one point in time, so you could be a pen pal. But I mean,
Pimple.
remember pen
Yeah,
pals?
I do.
I had some pen pals. I met a guy, in Paris who was from England, and he was my pen pal before the internet when I was 17. And
Ah.
I think that was, and I thought that was so, now it seems so quaint. It's just so funny that, I made a friend overseas and we kept in touch for a while and then we lost contact because not so easy to write letters, but now we can email each other, we can text, we can find them on some social media page, some app,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
and,
it's
and we can connect with people.
the quality is through writing we can understand the person each other because our mind and heart can be translated with the word. So it's the pen pal or the mail, or the whatever, the social media or Skype. The technology changed, but we can connect through the other person with the words and energy, because the words carries energy, and when we open our heart, the words shows the distance and closeness. So that's one of the things.
Mm-hmm.
So Chandra, I
Yeah,
like
and
to
so you can meet your twin flame and you can meet your soulmate through the internet. So that was one of the questions I wanted to address because I know we're running out of time, but I wanted to say to people who are wondering if that's possible, yes, it is
yeah.
completely possible.
Yeah, we like to go to the part 2. We have the request from listeners about the love and soulmate reading. So we like to go for the part 2. Thanks, Chandra. So let us close for the part 1 here. Okay?
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
and I just want to say one last thing to everyone is just love yourself and be open to the possibilities that are around you, and you will magnetize the right person for yourself.
That is so true. So stay tuned for part 2. We'll be back for Soul Connection in Love, Twin Flames.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.